We also have Jay Wetzel, owner of Union Jack Pub. Jay, how are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I am pipe full of coffee today.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we'll see how everything goes.
Okay.
I'm
ready
scared.
to play along.
All right. Well, welcome to the show. Hey, we're glad to have you here, and I'm real kudos to everything that Union Jack's been able to do. But I do want to really talk about my favorite dish, and I want to give it difference to it has been named before to
Correct.
a city north of us, about two hours drive. But this has gone through a rebrand. What is the rebrand? What is the pie that I'm talking about?
I'm pretty sure you're referencing the former Chicago-style deep dish pizza that I think many Indianapolis residents have come to know and love very much.
Absolutely.
We have had a few complaints here and there of people that come down and they say, well, this isn't a true Chicago-style pie, da-da-da-da, sauce isn't on top, that kind of thing. And just in general, we have gone through sort of we call it pride in your city, pride in your pub sort of movement. And we just recently redesigned our menus and gave the exterior a whole big overhaul at the Broad Ripple location. And we decided that, hey, honestly, this is our pizza. This is Indy style deep dish pizza. So we have rebranded it as Indy Deep Dish Pizza. And it's something that is the pizza you know and love for many years, but it's saying, hey, we love our city. So this is Indy Pizza.
Excellent. So we can officially launch the Indy style. Well, let's call it something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Not those words. Let's
We
not
don't
use
want to
those
refer to
words.
Indy style.
I just Indy Deep Dish Pizza.
Indy Deep Dish Pizza. Here on the edge of Indy, you're hearing Indy Deep Dish Pizza. That's fantastic, and we're going to have to get our hands on it. Obviously, we're going to have to come in droves.
We'll be there this evening. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I should have brought one down. I wasn't
No,
thinking.
no,
I'll
you're
take
worried. Well,
I'll
you
take a
didn't-
my bet on that.
Dude, man, you did not understand. You didn't know how this has been a lexicon of consumption in my.
He has been talking about it all week. I mean that too.
Well, hey, it's fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about Union Jack Pub and where you're located, and if you would.
924 Butterfly Avenue. We're right on the main strip there. We always kind of say that we are the gateway to the village, and yeah, you can't miss us. We've got flags flying from the top of the building of some of our favorite soccer supporter clubs there. So you'll see. Well, there it is right there. That looks nice.
That's a beautiful shot.
Wow. Yeah, it's got some of the new
I
exterior
did my
in
homework.
there.
Look at that.
Yeah. We actually have the letters of Union Jack painted red there on the door now, so we're just in a couple of things. But man, yeah, that looks great.
Good looking building.
Yeah, good looking building now.
Fantastic.
So yeah, it's people think that Broad Ripple is just. Well, I take that back. The old idea was that Broad Ripple was a lot of college bars and different things, and I feel like Broad Ripple is really starting to turn the corner and create its sort of new identity as the urban adventurer and people that there's so many cute little catchy places that are unlike us, not on the strip. If you venture back into Broad Ripple, I mean the whole community back there is just wonderful. There's Rusted Moon and plenty of other awesome places that there's nothing like that around in the city really.
No, there's not. And I mean, Broad Ripple, by and large, is referred to outside of the city, outside of the state, as an iconic place. And you hear a lot of descriptions of other cities being like Broad Ripple, to be honest with you.
Right.
So Union Jack has been around for a very long time, and
we are the crown jewel of Broad Ripple.
I dig it. I dig it. So Broad Ripple's kind of all grown up. They're kind of finding their own.
Yeah.
And I'm there now, so I've really classed it up since I got there.
Right. And we've really hit our stride since Brittany moved up.
Have you seen a lot of cans of Garden Party kind of strewn about?
Don't you talk about my cider habit. How dare you?
Speaking of cider, you got an event that's coming up in a few days.
That's right. And cider has just been added to it this year
For
in
me?
its own, just for you.
Right, thank you.
It's been our annual Pumpkin Beer Fest. And this year we decided let's kind of broaden the appeal a little bit more. Let's include ciders and fall beers. There will be pumpkin ciders there as well. And there'll be traditional non-pumpkin ciders. But yeah, it's something that we used to have in our parking lot. Well, I tell you what, it started as a tap takeover in our restaurant, and we thought it'd be awesome if we got maybe 50 people there max, and we ended up getting over 100. And so the following year, we moved it out into our parking lot and made a whole festival out of it. And now we're in our 5th year, and we're moving out to Broad Ripple Park. I'm sorry, scratch that, yikes. Optimist Park right by the Art Center there in Broad Ripple.
Yeah.
And it's a home of the old Brewers Festival, the old Summer Guild Festival. So we're going to be re-inhabiting those grounds and expanding it even more. We kind of felt like there'd be more of a festival feel in a park, and that allows for a tent there and whatnot. So, yeah, we're thrilled to give it a go, trying to move it up the next notch in the world.
Now, there's something associated with that event that a bunch of the guys here at Site Strategics will be excited about, which is the pumpkin homebrew competition. Can you touch on that? Because there's a prize, and I think these gentlemen here might be interested in that.
Yeah, there is. And we actually have, I want to say we've got 15 entries maybe in the pumpkin homebrew contest. We actually have BJCP certified judges that will be judging the homebrews. The deadline, I believe, is this week because we've got to get them time to get them judged. And the winner will be announced at the festival, and then there will be samplings available of those who brewed enough to have samplings available of home brewed pumpkin beer. So we're real excited about that.
That's really cool.
And it's fun because home brewers, they can do so many. When you're not having to brew for a large scale audience, you can take some more chances and do some more fun things. I'm not sure what the different varietals are that they're doing of pumpkin, but I'm sure that there'll be something fun, unique, and exciting with them.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Jay, we'd be remiss if we didn't ask a little bit of your backstory and how you got to be the owner of Union Jack.
Well, it was a friend of my mom's was the current owner. Her name was Brenda Risingmore, and she was really involved in the community, and we were both on the Broad Ripple Village Association Board of Directors together. And she was deciding that it was probably time for her to pass the reins of the restaurant on, and she wanted someone that would keep the tradition and history alive, but maybe kind of breathe a little fresh air into the place. And she was sitting across the boardroom table and said she looked at me and knew that I was interested. And we actually just got back, some friends of mine just got back from Portland. We'd been taking a beer trip every single year, and this was our 10th anniversary. And so we'd picked Brenda's brain about what it would be like to open a beer bar that we would see in these other cities, where at the time there was no 20 tap, there was no Hopcat, there weren't these big multi-tap places.
Right.
And we thought she could maybe kind of give us a little industry knowledge and whatnot. So from there, fast forward, we had no industry experience. She looked at me and said, do you want to really think about this? And I took a shift there and kind of trained, and then just dove in head first, and we've just been swimming ever since.
That is awesome. So you were really investing into the Broad Ripple culture.
Correct.
Prior to owning a bar.
Right.
I mean,
right.
So you came in it as wanting to see good things come out of Broad Ripple.
Right. And the crazy thing was, I lived in Broad Ripple with 3 other guys. We referred to it as the Christmas house, or I guess is how many people referred to it as. And I showed you guys a picture off air. And a crazy thing from there, when we were all getting ready to move out, they wanted kind of the tradition carried along, and they had a Broad Ripple Lights Up committee, and I got pulled into the Broad Ripple Lights Up committee and helped them start the Lights Up parade. And then from helping Broad Ripple Lights Up, I got pulled onto the Broad Ripple board, and next thing you know, I was owning Union Jack in Broad Ripple, and now just don't have any free time.
Sky's the limit now.
Yeah, exactly. Sky's the limit now.
Oh, what a fantastic story. So we want to tell all of our listeners and watchers that if you get involved with your neighborhood boards, you too could be a pub owner.
That's true. I think it's a natural progression as far as I understand.
It should be.
Yeah.
By the time you do that many boards, you really do need a drink.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Can you tell us about your beer club program? Because it's awesome, and what I was reading about it sounds like everyone should want to sign up for that right away as well.
They should, and I'll be honest with you, I feel like maybe we haven't done as good of a job marketing it as we should be. It's a nice little secret within kind of our pub community in a way. But if you drink 80 beers in the calendar year, January 1st through December 31st,
what if you do it in a month? Do you get extra?
You can. Well, I tell you, we've had a guy that one year did it 3 or 4 times, and you get extra entries. So if you complete 80 different beers, or divided into 4 regions: Indiana, Midwest, U.S., world. Then if you complete those 80 beers, there's a prize at each stop. But the last one is you get invited to we call it our Finishers Club dinner. And you get an entry into, we do it a reverse raffle style. So we bring a big hopper out of not ping pong balls, but tennis balls, and everyone's got their name on one. And the last person left in the hopper wins a trip anywhere in the continental United States to a beer festival of their choosing. So far we've
That's
sent
cool.
yeah. We've sent someone out to Minnesota. We've sent someone out to Washington, and we've sent someone out this year. The guy's going out to Denver to the Great American Beer Festival.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's quite a prize that you could win, and it's nice and low key. Where before, I mean, there's been about 30 or 40 entries. I mean, in terms of winning a trip for two anywhere in the U.S.
Oh, it's for two?
Yeah, it's for
That's
two. That's
awesome.
nuts,
And all
isn't
you have
it?
to do is drink? What? This is perfect. This is the best thing ever.
When you like ciders, we've always got rotating ciders now too. I mean, if you could just
I see so much opportunity.
yeah, if you could choke down one or two beers, maybe that probably would be fine.
That would increase my chances. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm entered to win.
There's no ongoing theme on this show, folks. It just so happens to be Brittany's pursuit of beer and beverages, right? Wow. Hey,
That's culture, right? That's what you promoted. That's culture.
that is culture. So
I'm very cultured. Okay.
there's a hop reference there, I think, that we can get into.
Yes.
Well, most people in the community know your establishment as a very soccer-friendly location as well.
Correct. That was one of the things when we took over the pub. We really wanted to put a renewed emphasis on that, and we started making sure that we were open every Premier League match. So even at 7:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, the doors were open if someone wanted to come in and watch the teams that were playing. And we became the official bar of the American Outlaws, which is the United States national team, their supporting group.
Oh, very cool.
And then we also have a big Indy 11 following. Slaughterhouse 19 is a faction of the Brickyard Battalion, which is the Brickyard Battalion as a whole is the supporters of the Indy 11. And we show all their games, and we get bigger turnouts for their away matches, and so many people go down to the games themselves.
Have you seen consistent growth with that soccer community year over year?
We have.
That it's skyrocketing now.
It is
in this community.
And I will tell you what, the atmosphere at an Indy 11 match is really, it's unmatched, I guess, unparalleled. I think I was looking for a better
You got it.
thesaurus looking
Great
there.
match.
So the way that I've seen the growth really is is that people that have maybe been interested in Indy 11, and now they think, well, let me grab a Premier League club as well to kind of start following or have a little vested interest in. And I want to say also, I think the fantasy rise of Premier League soccer has kind of contributed to people following that league a little bit more as well. And so we'll see kind of greater and greater turnouts coming out for brunch Saturday and Sunday morning as people are interested in what's jumping on across the pond and soccer action.
Now, do you pronounce it football?
We go, we say it both ways around there. We get it both.
It's football, right? What are the big horns that?
Vuvuzelas.
Yeah, the vuvuzelas. Yeah,
I can't remember if I've got the app still on my phone or not, but that used to be one of our favorite things, was just kind of cue that up on an unsuspecting friend of ours and just let it go.
It's a very distinct sound.
It is.
It truly is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not many vuvuzela choirs or anything like that. It's just really kind of...
Stands alone.
Yeah.
I know something else you're excited about. It's your new food truck.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that and where I can find it at all times?
Yeah. It is down at Metazo Brewing right now, and we are down there 5 days a week.
It's great.
And it's got many of the pub favorites on there, but it's also got a few unique things as well. We do some rib tips down there, and there's a little bit more of a varying menu. We'll take a little bit more kind of creative liberties and whatnot, trying things down there. And we're finally got a design approved for the wrap, and we're going to finally get it wrapped. We've just kind of let it be someone else's branding for the longest
Is his
time.
pizza on that by
The
chance?
pizza is not actually. We've got a couple devices we want to try in terms of maybe being able to do like little personal pizzas on there.
Yes.
So
I like the way you're thinking.
yeah, so it's not out
Absolutely.
of the question yet.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, that was the biggest challenge, is that literally those pieces, the Indy what do we
deep
call it?
dish.
The
Indy-
gotta struggle with that. The
IDD?
Indy deep dish. Boy, I can't even bloody say
You're
it.
right.
The
I'm
Id?
salivating because of it.
He's drooling on himself.
But it's tough eating even one slice. Those things
Right.
are huge. So
So
taking it to that personal level, right?
yeah, taking it to the personal level. I tell you what, to that same refrain there, we'll carry out pizzas, and they're in their box, and I'll do arm curls with it as I'm bringing it up to a customer, and Yeah,
those things are, but they're so good.
They are so good, and they will, treat them right, and they'll last you a week, really.
I was gonna say, somebody like me, that would be like an entire week's.
Honestly,
worth of
to
food.
be honest, back in the day, my old Broadwell days, right, when I was the young mad youth that I was, that's exactly what I did. I'd buy. I mean,
Instead of groceries, you would just
buy. Well, in all full disclosure, I actually worked at Union Pub, Union Jack, a long time ago, a very very long time ago, and that was I'd be able to bring home a pizza, and that's what sustained me.
Yeah,
so funny.
And
Yeah.
Look where you are today. You've been sustained.
Look how far.
I have, thank
look
you,
how far
and
we've
I
come.
still have it on the gut. Anyway, more than the audience probably wanted to know there. Hey, question from our online audience is literally, what's your favorite pizza?
My favorite pizza?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tell you what, one of the things that flies under the radar is our stuffed pizza. Do you recall those when you were working there?
I think so. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's literally like a pie where it's got, you've got your base crust layer, and it's this butter crust, and another one on top, and it's got
oh my gosh, yes, I
cheese
remember that.
stuffed inside.
Yep.
And I mean, you throw anything in there. I mean, you can't mess it up. And you pull one of those.
Challenge
guys,
accepted.
Yeah. And you pull one of those guys out.
I remember that. Yeah, that thing had you had a choice of like 30 or 40 different ingredients that you throw in that thing.
Yeah, and it is phenomenal. And like I said, I mean, not that any of our other pizzas are not. They are. It's something that I feel like it deserves its own little shrine, and maybe doesn't quite get the pub that. Pub being short for publicity, not public house in this regard, that the Indy style or the Indy deep dish pizza gets on its own. So
That's right, we're not calling it Indy style.
No, we're not.
We can't call
right.
it Indy style.
No, at least not on this show.
No.
right.
So, you've got a whole new menu. You rolled out with a lot of different things here. So Union Jack is really getting a solid refurbishment, but you've also gone through the entire menu and really made some substantial changes. Can you tell us about some of those changes?
We added a few things. We added a few other things when we first took over, and we've just kind of tweaked a few things. I don't know if it's not been a big shakeup, but we've added a lot of vegan things. We asked our Facebook community, what do you want to see from us to kind of move forward?
What gaps were there?
Yeah. And overwhelmingly, we were told, you guys need more vegan options, and so we accepted the challenge and did our research and came up with some different vegan item options. And now we've got people that will swear by our jackfruit sandwich. And we've also added macaroni and cheese. We've listened to some regular customers that said they needed a macaroni and cheese on the menu as well. So
cool.
we do that there, and we also do that down at the food truck as well. So
Do you have cake?
we do have cake.
What kind of cake?
Let's see here, vanilla caramel crunch cake. We also have a chocolate lovin' spoonful cake.
There we are. That's where we need to be.
That's what someone's picking up from us for a birthday every year. They swear by that cake. As my daughter swears. My daughter's 2.5, and we set foot inside the pub door, and it's always, may I have a piece of chocolate cake? And I think we oblige probably a little too often, but it's the approval of young and old.
I am unfortunately I'm anti-carb right now, but I can appreciate it by a far. Can't really do that. Can't really reconcile that with the pizza pursuit that I'm on right now. So I'm having.
It's okay, I can eat it near you. You can smell it. And
That's just wrong and mean. I'm challenged right now. I'm struggling. My inner demons are wanting to just jump over and pursue the pizza crave that I have here. So I'm probably going to have to break the diet and come on over.
I mean, carbs are, it's all things in moderation, isn't it?
As long as I run from here to Union
That's
Jack.
right.
Well, I'm not stopping
you. So you certainly are focused. I mean, you're a edifice or a pillar in Broad Ripple, and you also have a good Facebook community, good social media community.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about how, as an organization, you focus on having that type of engagement? Because it's tough for restaurateurs and different organizations that are, I don't want to say mom and pop, but different. I mean, they're so focused on delivering good product and service.
Sure.
Sometimes it's tough to be able to really connect with and create.
And you really are good to your customers. You sing their praises, and you seem very appreciative of their business.
And we are so appreciative, because without them, we wouldn't be in business, and we just look at it as that we're in a partnership together. We're here to serve the community. We are here to offer them a place to celebrate a birthday, celebrate a holiday, or come together to grieve in the face of tragedy and loss. A place to watch soccer, a place to watch whatever you want us to throw up. If it's rugby, cricket. I mean, we've had requests, and we're just happy that people include us in discussions of community involvement. And I know the last political year we had, I'm sure, people from both parties come out for different debate watches and different things, and we just we revel in that ability to be a community gathering spot. We've done rehearsal dinners and various wedding things.
Are you open to me watching The Bachelor or The Bachelorette?
We've had requests about that before, and I tell you what, we had, I want to say it was The Bachelor, Bachelorette, and I actually brought in like pillows from our house and blankets for these girls just to try,
Good job, Jay.
just to make yourself comfortable. I mean, it's a public house, and we try to make it as absolutely public as possible.
I love it.
Well, that's unique in the realms of start and stops of businesses all the time. There's so many restaurants. We were just talking to Snapshift here recently, and there's so many things that are being tried. Part of how you create an establishment is not the physicality; is how you establish yourself with the community itself, right? So, I mean, what would be the key to 3 things that you would give for recommendations to other restaurants and the like that of how they could go about creating that relationship with the community?
I would say listen, try, care, I think are the big things. I mean, you listen to what the community wants from you. You try to do it to the best of your ability, and you care about the community's feedback on, did you miss the mark or did you nail what you set out to do? And I think those 3 points are things that we always say we're just trying our little hearts out to be the best we can be for you. So
good attitude.
Absolutely. Another question from our online audience. What other events, you are such a big member of the Broad Ripple community. What other events do you guys sponsor or participate in that the audience could potentially participate in as well?
Sure, and kind of the sponsorship deals, if we specifically say that, things kind of come and go, but at some of the other Broad Ripple events, we do like to help out with the Broad Ripple Lights Up, which we mentioned. It's the parade, and they also do, I think, kind of some lighted, they encourage businesses to light up all of Broad Ripple. But it's really a unique event. It's the only twilight parade in the city right now, so people decorate their floats with lights, and it's a different, unique thing, really a kid-friendly event. Another kid-friendly event, just as that comes to mind, is the Broad Ripple Duck Race. They drop, I don't know how many ducks. Maybe 300 ducks or.
I stumbled upon that, and it is like some umpteen million ducks.
Yeah, and there's just all these yellow rubber duckies just kind of floating.
Oh my gosh!
Down.
I had a flashback of what was it? What was the turkey?
WNAP?
No, the turkey drop from
turkey drop. Oh,
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
As far as getting tickets to the upcoming festival, where can people secure their tickets?
You can find them online on our website under events, Pumpkin Beer Fest, also through Eventbrite. I believe any quick Google search of Pumpkin Beer Festival, Broad Ripple, or Pumpkin Beer Festival, Union Jack will.
He's got
it up there.
Fantastic. Right over here, you can actually see /events/Pumpkin Beer Fest. But I like your SEO play right there. Yeah, if you just do the Google search, you'll be able to find it right there. Fantastic. Well, we certainly want to give our listeners, our watchers, access to all your social media. So we're going to throw a few of these up on screen, and as well as our social notes. We're not going to throw up on screen. So Twitter, you can find them at Union Jack Pub, as well as Union Jack Truck. On Facebook, Union Jack Pub, Broad Ripple. On Instagram, Union Jack Pub. And on the website, unionjackpub.co. So to get their tickets to the stripping over the words today.
Just chewing on all those
I'm saying,
words.
To the annual, the fifth annual.
He's thinking about pizza right now.
All that cheese is just stuck in your mouth.
It really is.
It's gooey. It's the wrong way, right?
Yeah. There's a wheel that just fell off the cart. You realize that. To get your tickets over at for the 5th annual Pumpkin Cider and Fall Beer Festival. You can go to unionjackpub.co/events/pumpkin-beer-fest. Can we throw that one up on screen? All right, there we go. Tickets are $35 ahead of the event, as well as $40 at the door, and they're worth every penny. How many beers are represented there?
Well, I tell you what, at the end of the day, there's 40 pumpkin beers, and there's probably another 30 beers and ciders combined in addition to that for people that aren't also much into the pumpkin stuff. There's plenty of other varieties this year besides pumpkin.
And it's a 21 and up event, right?
It is a 21 and up event.
Sorry, everyone who's not 21. Wah, wah, wah. Go to Union Jack Pub and eat there instead.
Yeah.
Just eat there. And do you have like a ticket that you can punch for all of the drinks? I mean, literally, if there's 70 different beverages, is there something that would win for that?
It's tough to hit. It's tough to hit them all because it's actually a ticketed system. It's a little bit different because we actually buy all the products, so we kind of make sure that we kind of
Control
alcohol liability and different things. Yeah, that's got to be.
That's probably smart on your half. Yeah.
She saw you coming. They saw you coming.
Yeah. Sorry. You've obviously heard about me.
No, that's a smart play, and that's a responsible play. Fantastic. Saturday, September 30th at 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Opta Park over at 66th Street. Is there anything else that you can share with our audience about what's happening in Union Jack Pub?
Man, there's always something that's happening there. Just, I don't know. Just good things. Just good things are happening there.
It's all the good things, folks. So thanks so much. I appreciate your time today, Jay.
Well, thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, it was actually a bit of a...
I'll see you later, probably, for some pizza.
I think I'm going to have to. I mean... You've broken my spirit. You really have.
But diets can't last forever, right? That's why there's multiple diets, because
That's right. Salads don't make you happy.
No, they do not.
Pizzas do.
Exactly. Salads are what my food eats. So on that, thanks so much, and be sure to check out Union Jack Pizza.
Thank you.
Union Jack Pub. I mean, it's right there.
He's drooling on himself right now.